Today I'm going to share with you 5 immediate health benefits when you quit alcohol. This is following up from yesterday's video on alcoholic liver disease. Please give that a watch if you feel like it, and please like, subscribe, share videos, because it just helps perhaps 1 or 2 more people to give them a watch, perhaps get some help from my experiences, good and bad, that I've documented on here along the way. Alcohol is a toxin. It's a poison, and your body immediately recognizes it as such. So when you take a sip of alcohol or you drink heavily, however you drink, but 1 mouthful of alcohol, the body will recognize that as poison and immediately try to expel it. It will affect every single organ in your body. They'll all have to work hard and in ways they shouldn't be working to get rid of this from your system as quickly as possible, and that's what they do, thus damaging them along the way. And the thing is, it doesn't matter, and these 5 benefits I'm going to give you now, they will happen or start to happen immediately. Some will take longer than others to get to where you want to be, because that depends on what you've been drinking, whether you're a social drinker, if you like, or you're drinking daily, or you're alcoholically drinking, or you're binge drinking. All that, and how long you've been doing that for will have an effect on the length of time these things to get totally back to normal again. So the first one, and these are in no particular order, and I'm going to share a couple of amazing things that have happened at the end of these 5 to me that don't relate to health as well. Weight loss. Alcohol is very high calorific value, and it's empty calories. It has no nutritional value at all. The body stores it as sugar, which then turns to fat and causes all sorts of blood sugar spikes. That's why when people have hangovers or have been drinking, sort of heavily, they crave carbohydrate. Sugary carbohydrate usually, but any carbohydrate will do just to satiate. That's your body craving and your mind craving, because it's all linked. Because of these sugar spikes that are being created by the amount of sugar you're putting into your body, which can lead on to diabetes too, for example, but will store as belly fat particularly around your middle. Yeah, that's where it stays. As soon as you stop, your body will try to get back into homeostasis. Same with all of these, all of this damage that's being done. It's a miracle, the human body. It'll try to heal itself immediately and return to balance, if you like, homeostasis. Now, with weight loss, it's quite dramatic initially. Now, if you've been drinking heavily for a long period of time, you may go into an alcoholic withdrawal. There are videos on here. Please have a look at those. There's quite a lot of videos on here on that. So it may well be that you're craving sugary carbohydrate type food for the first few days, even first week or so of stopping alcohol. You just need to take that in slowly and be kind to yourself, because getting through that and over that hump is really important. It's hard enough to quit at that, after alcohol, and go through alcohol withdrawal as it is, without denying yourself what your body's craving apart from alcohol, if you like. So you can go sort of gradually at that. I'm not saying binging on it, but for those that are just stopping, and for health, if you like, then you immediately sort of start to lose weight. And if you don't give in to those initial cravings, if you like, and go onto a healthy diet straight away, you'll steady that. That's by eating sort of high protein and complex carbohydrate, if you like, and eliminating sugar and processed carbohydrate from your diet initially, then you'll drop weight dramatically. That's a fact. Even if you're not exercising, you'll drop weight, because the drop in calories is immense, and you won't be craving food that is really bad for you. It'll tail off, obviously, but you'll still continue, if you continue to live a healthy lifestyle and eat cleanly and do regular exercise, then it'll just keep dropping off you, particularly from around your belly, and that's a real bonus. Number 2 is the heart and the circulation. As soon as you stop, your heart attack risk, your stroke risk, your circulation, your heartbeat, all of those things will drop. Again, let me just say, and I hate to harp on about this, but if you're in withdrawal, you'll find, if you look at my withdrawal videos, your heartbeat may increase and you'll be going through a rapid heartbeat. That's normal for, you know, I mean, and as I say in those videos, sometimes you may need to see a doctor prior to stopping if you've been drinking heavily for a long period of time in particular, and you're worried about stuff like alcoholic seizures, the DTs, stuff like that. But your heart rate in withdrawal is rapid. But if you're just doing it for health benefits, you'll notice a drop in your heart rate immediately. Alcohol raises triglyceride levels in the blood and bad cholesterol, if you like, furs the arteries, increases your stroke risk, increases your heart attack risk, increases your blood pressure. All those things will be drop immediately that you stop and that last drink's been eliminated from your body. Number 3, cancers. Alcohol is responsible for many different types, or causing or being part of the cause of many different types of cancers, particularly in the mouth, the neck, the throat, breast cancer in ladies, bowel cancer, stomach cancers, you know, all of that sort of stuff, cancers of esophagus. They're all partly caused and sometimes wholly caused, and pancreatic cancer and liver cancer. Sorry, I forgot those two, of course, which are quite commonly caused by alcohol. 20,000 people died from alcohol-related cancers in America last year alone, and that's reflected, as I said in yesterday's liver video, across the world. That's how toxic it is. And I'm not saying if you've been drinking heavily for a long time, your cancer risk will be 0 along the way. It'll take time to reach that, just like if you've been smoking heavily. You know, your lungs won't get back to normal overnight, you know, but they'll immediately begin to heal themselves. And that's the same with stopping drinking. Your cancer risk will drop, and it'll continue to drop as long as you're living a healthy lifestyle. Number 4, mental health. Mental health, you know, alcohol is a depressant. It makes you depressed, it makes you anxious, particularly if you're craving it and you're living your life searching for it and you're addicted to it or whatever it is. The stress is immense, and the periods of depression and hopelessness that it causes are a dark hole which you've got to climb out of. And also, if you're being treated for depression and anxiety with medication, alcohol interferes with that treatment. It stops it working. So if you have serious depression and anxiety that isn't alcohol related and you're drinking, then you might as well not be taking those pills, because it's affecting that treatment and exacerbating your depression and your anxiety. Soon as you stop, again, your brain chemicals have to rebalance. It's about dopamine and serotonin, oxytocin, endorphins, all slowly rebalancing, recalibrating and returning to normal. So immediately, you know, you'll notice over a week or so, your anxiety will begin to improve. Your depression may start. I'm not saying if you're suffering from serious depression, but if you've been low mood in particular, that'll start to lift. You'll start to think clearly. You'll have more mental clarity. You know, it's amazing how quickly that happens. And again, it's a process that gets better and better the longer you're doing the things that you need to do, particularly exercise and clean diet. You know, food is medicine. It's as simple as that. You need to remember that what you put into your body, you know, it's medicine. You're putting the right things in, your body will respond the right way. And you're moving it every day in the fresh air if you can. You know, these are nature's medicines. Number 5, sleep. Now, again, a quick disclaimer. If you're going through withdrawal, you'll know that your sleep pattern's disrupted for what can be weeks. This is if you've been drinking heavily for a long period of time, you're addicted to alcohol. But if you've just been drinking along the way, then, you know, again, you're doing this for health reasons, then alcohol doesn't allow you to fall into a REM sleep, REM sleep. It doesn't allow that restful, replenishing sleep, which will recharge your immune system, which will heal, or the body that needs healing will leave you waking up refreshed and relaxed. In fact, it's the opposite. You may think you're asleep, but it keeps you at an alpha level which is not real sleep. You may pass out, but it's not proper healing, restful sleep, and you'll feel tired when you wake up and unrefreshed and ill. along the way. And for those of you who are going through like the withdrawals and your sleep patterns disrupted, have a look at my video from a couple of 3 weeks ago on what you can do to improve that sleep after withdrawal, because there's lots you can do to try and get yourself back into that sleep rhythm again. So that's the 5 immediate ones. Now there are the myriad of other health benefits, little, perhaps smaller ones along the way, which immediately happen as soon as you stop drinking alcohol. But there's a couple of things which I just wanted to quickly mention, which will come to you. Now, these things aren't immediate, but it makes the whole thing worthwhile. For me, and this is for me speaking, and for the many, many people I speak to on a daily basis, the relationships around your family, your loved ones, your friends, they will all improve over a period of time. I'm not saying you can rescue. Some of those relationships may take longer than others to pull back. But the gifts I've had in my sobriety, my grandchildren not seeing me intoxicated in any way, and they never will. The return of the trust, acceptance and confidence, if you like, of my daughters, my wife, all of these things. You know, friends, loved ones who I've let down and been dishonest with so many times. You know, I can be totally honest now, but not just honest with them, honest with myself. And to be honest, and those relationships are much improved, because we've all learned something, I think, along the way. Now, as I say, you know, some relationships are harder to rescue than others, and some people have to let go, I suppose, and that's just the way of life, isn't it? But if you're blessed enough to get at those relationships and work at them and get them back in your life, makes every bit of pain, suffering, hard work worthwhile. On top of all that, there's a freedom and improvements in the finances, improvements in my dignity, self-respect, as I mentioned, honesty, self-care, self-esteem. You know, I could make a list 1,000 miles long of all the things that have improved since I stopped drinking and taking drugs. You know, but these are ones that are truly important to me. You know, and freedom to just to live my life in the best way I can, instead of chaos, unmanageability and pain. So I hope that's been of some help for you. Carpe Diem, seize the day today, make the day you stop drinking. Much love to you all, stay strong, bye-bye.